Hello and welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. We are going to be reviewing the game today between Barcelona and Huesca at the Camp Nou, and crazily enough, we have in total 10 goals, I repeat 10 goals, to discuss in this video. It was an absolutely mental match. There was a lot of really impressive finishes, and we are going to be looking at the full game and more right here. Let's do this. So first of all, guys, thank you very much for tuning in here to the match review. I'm sorry I couldn't get the match preview to you. I have been suffering over the past few days. I've still got that cold, but here we are looking at this game, and I have to say, it was a bit of a surprise to Ernesto Valverde name, a lineup that was very strong. You can see here that clearly he started the game with what seems to be anyway, his most favoured team. Ter Stegen, Alba, Piqué, Roberto, all along the back. It was very familiar. He started in this kind of setup, 4-3-3. You had Dembélé out to the left, you had Messi, who is very much roaming, and it worked very well in this game. And I have to say as well, Felipe Coutinho in this kind of position, he was really good today against this kind of opposition. He got a lot of the ball in central areas, he played it really nicely to the front three, and he was there creating today, being that playmaker, using his strengths on the ball, and we saw that so many times in this game. And what we also saw today was the fluidity in the attack. You had Luis Suárez leading the line, like I say, Messi was moving around, Dembélé came off to the right a few times, but he did spend a lot of time on this left-hand side, and he also had a really good game, combining with this man Jordi Alba, who all game long spent most of the time in the Huesca half. He was really clinical in the final third. He was very good on the ball. He made some fantastic runs, and as we're going to be coming on to, he was involved in a lot of the goals. It was a very good display today. It got off to a bad start, but overall, 8-2 we've beaten Huesca today. What a finishing performance. And what I'm going to do, guys, is just run you through the match action, run you through basically how we scored each goal, because it was, like I say, really good in front of goal, and that's something that we've lacked in recent weeks, that real clinical finishing when you're getting those chances, when you're creating those chances. It's about putting them away, and every single game we do create 5 or 6 really good opportunities, but it's just about finishing them. Today, after going behind, we needed to be clinical, we needed to take our chances, and we certainly did that, because like I say, it did get off to a very bad start. It was Hugo Hernandez within 3 minutes who gave a really historic goal to Huesca, a tiny club who are doing very well to even be in La Liga. Scoring at the Camp Nou was massive for them, and we did get off to a bad start, but luckily we regrouped, we got ourselves together, we kept very calm. It was a very calm atmosphere inside the Camp Nou today, and the goal did come about sort of 10 minutes or so later from that man Lionel Messi. You know that when you need a goal, when you need something, he is going to arrive. It was on his right foot, and it was the first time really that we got into our rhythm. It was quick passing, it was from right to left. Messi started the move, a cross-field pass to Jordi Alba back inside to Felipe Coutinho. It was Rakitić then who played it through to Messi on his right foot. It's a good finish, a powerful drive across the goalkeeper, and it went in off the post. And then was our return of the most fabled player of Barcelona, own goal. He got back on the score sheet. That was a massive thing for us. Again, you look at Jordi Alba's movement, you look at his direct running down that left-hand side. There was a suspicion of offside. It went to VAR. It wasn't given. Jordi Alba down the left, Dembélé and him combining. It was a good run in behind, and he basically got to the byline, and there was nothing in the middle. There's nothing for him to pick out there. So what he did was he put it in the box, low and hard, a lot of pace on it. The defence couldn't deal with it, and it did go in then off Pulido for an own goal, and we got ourselves into the lead within 25 minutes. And credit to Huesca, really. They never gave up. They never gave up trying. They did go out. They tried to win the game. They didn't just park the bus. They did give a good account of themselves. They went for it today, but ultimately we were getting it behind. We were creating space. We were creating chances, and Luis Suárez opened his account for the season about 5 or so minutes before half-time, and again, it came down that left-hand side. Jordi Alba getting into those kind of areas, being released in that kind of space. His pace was outstanding today, and when he got into those areas, it was a good ball, because that's sometimes what you lack from Jordi Alba. He does get into those areas so many times, but it's getting that ball right, getting it into the right area, picking out a man, and today he did it wonderfully. It was Luis Suárez who was making a bursting run, getting himself in the box, looking for his first goal, and he does. He gets on the end of it. It's a first-time finish. Goalkeeper no chance. And I was really happy for Luis Suárez. Yes, he's had critics, he hasn't been brilliant in recent weeks, but I was really happy for him today to get off the mark, get himself some confidence going into that international break. He's got some goals now, take that away with him, get yourself even more match fit and come back better than ever. But we couldn't quite allow ourselves to be too comfortable because just before half-time, Alex Gaia got himself on the score sheet for Huesca. There was some poor defending out there, particularly in the first half, really sort of a lack of concentration in many ways. The players that were out there maybe took things for granted, didn't really take up their men, and it was poor defending for Gaia's goal, going into half-time 3-2 on the score sheet. But it was in the second half really that we completely blew Huesca out of the water, and it started just a few minutes after half-time with Ousmane Dembélé, who I thought today was brilliant. He looked really confident on the ball in front of goal. He was clinical, he was confident, he sort of knew where he was supposed to be, and I have to say, he is incredibly two-footed. We knew that already, but as we're seeing him game in, game out, we're seeing how comfortable he is on his right side, on his left side. In the first half, he had a moment where he cut in from the right-hand side on his left. He had a shot that just grazed the crossbar, and in this moment, he was assisted by Luis Suárez. It was Umtiti that brought the ball out the back. He broke the lines then into midfield. Suárez gets the ball, he plays it into Dembélé, and it's a first-time finish. It's a really, really good strike on that left foot across the goalkeeper, and it's a really, really fantastic finish from Dembélé. Good to see him scoring again. He's getting the knack now of getting amongst the goals. That's what we need him to do, and that gave us a 4-2 lead. And at this point you're thinking, it's getting a bit more comfortable now, but little did we know there were still 4 more goals to come in our favour in this game. Rakitić got the 5th, and that was a wonderful goal too. Like I say, there really were some outstanding finishes out here today. It was assisted by Messi. It was a lovely chip finish. He gets it over the defenders. Rakitić down on his right foot inside the area. He takes it first time. A fantastic volley across the goalkeeper, and it is a great strike. And then, of course, just a few minutes later, a few minutes after that, there was time for another goal. This time the 6th goal, Lionel Messi's 2nd of the afternoon. There was a lot of space then. Huesca were trying to go forward. There was leaving gaps at the back, and certainly Felipe Coutinho in that midfield area, he was finding those. He was really good at receiving the ball, getting his head up, having a look for the options. He picked out Lionel Messi, threw down the middle. Messi's in on goal. He had Suárez to his right, but he didn't need him. Very confident, fantastic finisher, Messi. That's his 2nd of the day. He was brilliant, of course. You don't need to say that about Messi, but he was again today. Absolutely fantastic. Then we saw a few substitutions. I was wondering really when Valverde was going to introduce some of the new boys. Longley came on for Samuel Umtiti, then Arturo Vidal for Ivan Rakitić, and then later on Arthur for Sergio Busquets. There was then time for a goal, and I thought this was incredibly deserved for Jordi Alba. If everybody out there today, he was the man who deserved that goal. He was getting himself into those areas, and he did once again, found by Lionel Messi like he is so many times, and he scored a brilliant finish under the goalkeeper, and he went over to the crowd, put his hand to his ear, and I just think Jordi Alba, not called up by Spain. Obviously he's got a few disagreements with Luis Enrique on a personal level, but that will benefit ourselves massively. Alba today looked really motivated, really on it, like he had a point to prove, and also over the next 2 weeks of internationals, Jordi Alba is going to be resting nicely, and we're going to be seeing this explosive player week in, week out, without internationals to worry about. And then finally, last but not least, there was time for a historic 8th goal, and it was for Luis Suárez, and it came from the penalty spot. And again, you see the sort of niceness and also really the team play of Lionel Messi. He gets the penalty, he has the ball, he could take it himself, he could then have completed his hat-trick, but instead no. He looks to Suárez, he knows that he's in need of confidence, he gives it to his friend, he says, go on then, go and score our 8th goal. Suárez steps up and duly delivers, and that made it Barcelona 8, Huesca 2, a sensational performance in front of goal. It was a bit shaky at the back, there was a few mistakes. We did start with a very strong lineup. I would expect a certain amount of changes as the season goes on, but clearly today Valverde wanted to get the job done. We got off to a bad start, we bounced back from that well, and like I say, some of those finishes, some of those goals today will give us massive confidence, and best of all, we are now top of the league. Real Madrid are also on the same amount of points, but we now have a better goal difference. We are at the top of the pile, and believe me, we intend on staying there. And like I said guys, apologies for missing the preview for this game, and I have to say, if I did do the preview, I would not have predicted 8 goals in Barcelona's favour today, but we do go into the international break now with the best possible feeling. A really really high win, a lot of goals out here today, some confidence for Suárez, Alba looked incredible, fantastic play in midfield from Coutinho, another goal for Dembélé, and of course Messi. What can you say about that man? Every game, the same high level, the same quality, so consistent and so brilliant. So please leave your thoughts down below, guys. What did you think of the game today? What do you think we did really well? Are you happy with the result? Of course you are. Happy with 8 goals. And also, guys, please do let me know what kind of videos you'd like to be seeing over the next few weeks. Like I say, we do have an international break. It's very early in the season. I don't like this one because it comes so soon and it feels like an interruption in our league campaign. So let me know what you want to be seeing on the channel in the next few weeks. I will see you very soon indeed, and hopefully this cold will go away at some point. I'll see you then, but until then, as always, Huesca, el Barça.